Hey y'all, it's your girl Big Legs. Welcome back to the Life of Legs. It's your favorite show, of course. But yeah, how y'all doing? Y'all good? Y'all ate today? I'm glad to hear it. Yeah. So I've been trying to record this episode for quite a few days, and I was not getting anywhere. Every time I would start recording, I would get an interruption, phone call, an alarm, whatever it was. I just couldn't get through with it. And what I really wanted to do was just do some self-exploration, some reflection, tell my story basically. And that's just what I'm going to do. I googled some self-exploration prompts, which is just another fancy word for journal entries. And I'm going to go through those and answer them out loud. If you learn something, cool. If you don't, cool. I mean, it's whatever. But yeah, that's just what I want to do because I feel like I have a story to tell, but I don't know what part of my whole story is the story, if that makes sense. Maybe it doesn't, but bear with me. So without further ado, here we go. The first question is, what was I like as a child? Now, me as a child, I feel like I was very annoying for two. I want to say I was sneaky. Like, I was by myself all the time, so that means I found ways to get into things that I wasn't supposed to, just like any other child, but I didn't have anybody to teach me this stuff. I just came up with it on my own, just by exploring, being bored. So yeah, I want to say I was annoying, sneaky, and I had a big imagination. Like, I could see my future when I was younger. Like, it was crystal clear. I was on a tunnel vision. Something happened, and the tunnel just exploded. But back when I was a child, I had a tunnel vision. I knew what I wanted. I knew what I was going for. And that was that. But hey, next question. How am I different now than I was as a child? And then how am I the same? So how am I different now than as a child? I'm a little less annoying. Like, I can read the room now. And what I mean by annoying is, as a child, like, if you would tell me, like, let's say I was chewing gum. And I was chewing very loudly. I was smacking. And you'd be like, can you please stop smacking your gum? I'd start smacking louder. Because, one, you can't tell me what to do. Two, you just let me know that it annoys you. It gives me the opportunity to annoy you more. But I had to learn that that's not what you do, because somebody might just beat your brakes off. Let's just be honest. But yeah, I was not very socially acclimated in school or around other people, and so I didn't know how to conduct myself. I was very awkward. I still am, but I mean, I'm getting used to being around people more. It helps. So how am I different than as a child? I'm not as annoying, not as socially awkward. My boobs are probably still the same, like the exact same from when I was in 4th or 5th grade. Let's see. I don't think my dreams and hopes and aspirations in life have changed too much. But yeah. So how am I the same as I was when I was still that same annoying little girl deep down? I still want to see what buttons I can push today. I might not push them, but I'm trying to see where they at. What'll happen if I push? So I'm always pushing the envelope, pushing close to the edge of that you're getting very annoying phase. Don't make it there yet. I feel like I still look the same. That's about it. Next question. What memories seem to stand out from my childhood? From my childhood, I remember, I think I've mentioned this on the podcast before, but when I was in 4th grade, I had a cell phone. It had minutes, the whole shebang. And I was on my little cell phone talking to grown men on the internet. And I think I was on the phone with this grown man that I met on the internet one night. My mom walked in, took the phone, and she didn't break that one. But I got a very bad whooping that day. She took the phone from me, and it was a very bad, like very, very sad time. Because it was right when school ended, so, there wasn't much to do after school ended. And then I was just so bored, scrolling through TV, found Beyonce concert movie. Let's talk about that. But I mean, that's a memory that stands out. Another memory of my childhood, when my family would get together, we would have family reunions, we would have family days, we would delay. It was just fun times. Next question. What was I like as a teenager? As a teenager, I was focused, like, cause that tunnel vision, I focused, right? I was ready to put in the work. for what I want. I don't know. As a teenager, I was also very talkative. I would challenge myself to see how long I could go without talking and wouldn't make it past 8 o'clock. Classes started at 8 o'clock. I wouldn't even make it past 7, and I got to the school at 7:30. I just had to talk. So that's basically, I was always talking. Making noise. I always had to have attention on basic. What talents or skills did I show at an early talents and skills. I want to say I've been singing for as long as I can remember, but I didn't feel like I had, an amazing voice, stand out. I just felt like I was another girl that can sing, like a lot of people can. But my voice is also something I worked on, practiced. I used to make singing videos when I was between middle school and high school. I was making singing videos, learning Beyonce song and learning to sing it from the top to the bottom. I was always in chorus, always perfecting whatever genre we were singing in class. To sing when my voice was always working. I'm either talking, singing, or talking about singing. But I don't feel like I have, the best. Anything remarkable about it. My problem now is a story behind the voice. Like, okay, you have a voice, but what's your thing? Who knows? That's the only talent or skill that I can think of, other than just being detail or observative. Like, as much as I'm talking around people, I also observe, and it's a very unnoticeable observing. You think I'm not. Anyways, what values was I taught as a child honesty? Because when I was younger, we couldn't say lie. The word lie, you couldn't say, oh, it's a lie. You're like, whatever. You couldn't say it's a bad word. So the more I tried to make up lies, and they weren't, going well for me, I was always getting caught in the middle of a lie. I realized it's better to just be honest. I get the benefit of the doubt of whether I'm lying, because if I'm not lying, you can tell me I'm lying all day long, but if I'm not lying, I'm not lying. I told you a lie and you're like, you're lying. And you want me to lie to you again and say I'm not lying? No, I might as well just tell you the truth. If you can't accept the truth, that's no problem. But, lying gets you nowhere. Not too far, at least. Let's see what's next. What would I like to say to a past version of myself? Past version. So that little girl that was in the 4th grade talking to grown men on the internet felt so alone. I had to talk to grown men on the internet. And then when that blew up in my face, I just didn't feel like there was any place in this world, because I can't talk to the people at school. They're picking on me all day. I get home and there's strangers treating me nice, telling me nice things, talking to me nice, you know what I'm saying? I can't have that, then what the hell can I have? That's how I felt. And I just felt so worthless. It's like there was nothing to offer me in this world. And so back then, I felt the same thoughts that I was feeling a year ago, that, there's no more room in this world for me, those type of feelings at 9 years old. And so I just want to say to that 9-year-old girl, like, for one, girl, it gets worse. It gets worse. But also, it gets better. Like, I don't know what my end is. I don't know what's to come of my life. I don't know why God has me here. Why God put me in front of this microphone to talk on a podcast. Because I'm basically sitting in a room talking to myself. But there's a reason behind everything that happened. And so who am I to just end it all because I was bored at 9 years old? You're not, there's nothing wrong with you, basically. Because at that age, I started becoming kind of a hypochondriac. So I was always thinking that something was wrong with me after that. Like, well, maybe if I was sick and then people would pay attention to me and people have sympathy for me, it wouldn't be so mean, wouldn't be so hurtful, And that manifested in me then. And so I really want to tell that 9-year-old girl, hey, there's nothing wrong with you. You're perfectly healthy. Like, you're not sick. You're not this or that or third. Like, you're gonna be okay. Just stop making it so hard on yourself. So yeah. Next question. What were my career ambitions when I was younger? I wanted to be a singer. Like, I wanted to be... At first, it was I wanted to be the next Aaliyah. I loved Aaliyah. Like, that was all I listened to until Beyonce came in. And I just loved her voice. I loved what she did with her voice. And I loved her style, swag, like, her story. And I just focused on that from such a young age. Like, well, I can sing, or might as well make a career out of it. Very much so possible for a lot of people. And yeah, that's what that was. Also, I wanted to be the president, the first female black president of the States of America. So whether or not that happens, I don't know. I mean, Kamala just might have me beat, but I don't think she's African American. But that's neither here nor there. That's not what we're doing here today. Anyways, moving on. What was my experience like with school and education? So with school and education, I don't want to say I was smart, but that's what they told me, right? I always felt like I was struggling just as the person sitting next to me. And I would ask like questions. I would just do my work, go to sleep. Like from elementary school to middle school or up until high school, my teachers would tell me I was very smart, I was very bright, but I just wasn't applying myself like I should, which was a shock to me because I knew what I wanted to do, what I didn't want to do, and I didn't do what I didn't want to do. And it just didn't sit well with them. And they're like, well, the assignment is this. I'm like, well, okay, I did A through Y. You can handle Z on your own. Or if I don't need Z. I did A through Y. I'm still going to get an A or at least a C. And yeah, that was when they used to like call my mom and be like, she's very smart, she's very bright, but she's not applying herself. And that also came from my experience in elementary school, where I was in the gifted program from the first grade up until the fifth grade. I had a teacher, and I joined the academic bowl my fifth grade year, and I would need to go call my mom, see if she was going to be able to pick me up for practice, or if my grandma was going to pick me up or whatever. And my teacher just got annoyed with me having to go on these phone calls, and it was becoming an issue that I was probably like one of the ones that was going to the gifted program, and I would miss a day out of class and come back and still have a better grade than people that was in class 5 days a week. I don't know. Like, I'm not trying to brag because I don't remember learning anything with that teacher, that specific teacher. I remember telling her, like, it's not fair for you to just eat. You're eating wheat thins and standing in front of the little projector thing trying to teach me, and I'm like, I can't focus on the board. I can't do that when you're eating and I'm hungry. But when I got to high school, I would sleep in all of my classes. I still can't get over that because I would sleep a lot. And that was probably because I wouldn't go to sleep till like 2 in the morning, get up at 5, go to school by 9:30. I'm knocked out. I'm knocked out in every class I can. So yeah, I don't understand my brain and why it works the way it does, and why I got good grades or why I got bad grades. When I got bad grades, it was because I wasn't doing my work, but I also got really, really good grades without doing any work at all. So I don't know, I was just able to finesse the system. Let's just say that. So yeah. Next question. What do I regret the most about my past? I would say giving up on my singing dream, because it still could have worked out for me then. But had it worked out for me then, I wouldn't be where I am now. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I wouldn't be half of the woman that I am now had I not had that experience. So, I mean, I try to live my life with no regrets. Next question. Who from my past deserves my apology? Good question. I don't think I will. I apologize to all my old classmates. Sorry, I was so annoying. And a big apology. I've made those. Well, no, I don't know if I owe anybody an apology. If I owe you an apology, let me know. And I'm going to see what I can do about that. Whose apology do I deserve? I mean, I don't know. I hope I don't deserve your apology. If you want to give an apology, cool. If not, cool. No hard feelings. Like, I'm okay. Alright, you okay? Anything you said to me back when I was in school, or even yesterday, I'm not gonna fault you for it today, because you ain't know who I was yesterday, for it to matter. And it just don't matter now. So, next question. What is the greatest life lesson I've learned? That hurt people. And I can just list off old country sayings all day, but there's truth behind it. Hurt people hurt, a hit dog will holler, things like that. Like, when you have a heart that has been hardened by someone's words or actions, it makes it easy to do the same thing, because you're like, well, I've gone through it. They'll be all right. I'm all right. They'll be all right. And it's unfair for you and for the other person, because one, you're not all right if you got to just spew out venom at other people, especially undeserving people. And also, it's not fair to that person because you don't know what they're going through. And for you to just be rude or nasty or messy or whatever and ruin their day or their lives, like, no one deserves that. So if I've been hurt, I got to do my best to heal that, let that hurt go. Because if I go around passing it around, it's not doing me any favors. I only hurt myself and others in the process. And I didn't know that growing up, because I felt that, oh, well, let me be tough because I've been hurt and I've been made as the weak link. So if I'm tough and I'm mean, then I can get somewhere. And that got me nowhere. All right. So now we're going to jump to the journal prompts to understand the present. Okay. Next question. How is my life different than how I thought it would turn out? Oh, let me tell you. I did not think that I would be where I am. I thank God that I am where I am right now. But I at least thought that by 26, I would be in an apartment in a big city, maybe a dog, boyfriend that's possibly gonna be my husband, maybe, instead of running. Like, this is not it. And even from like 2 years ago, I didn't think that I'd be here. I would have thought that I would have been married with a baby, living in a house, being a stay-at-home mom with the TikToks, doing the things. That's not where I'm at either. Thank God. So next question. What worries me the most currently? Child, what can I do with $5? It worries me. What can I do with $1? Like, you can't go in the store with just $1. You need a couple of them. And that is insane. When just 20 years ago, I could go in the store with $1 and come out with a lot of stuff. Enough candy for me and Tay Tay and Kiki and them and everybody else in between. But hey, what can I do about it? Next question. What would I like to improve about myself? And what 3 steps can I take to change? I would like to improve on my health. Because health is wealth. And my 3 steps that I can take for that will be 1, to work out more. 2, watch my diet. And 3, watch how I'm watching my diet. Because just a few months ago, I was working out every day, eating hibachi and chicken wings every day, and maybe some biscuits from Popeyes, not Popeyes, Churches. Just eating fast food every day. And my body wasn't absorbing the nutrients that it needed, per se. And I also was just, whatever nutrients I was getting out of the food I was eating was burning off in the gym. And so I went from that one day to the next day not working at all, eating home-cooked meals, and just not eating well at all. And so I need to watch that, I guess, because it's okay to eat unhealthy things in moderation just as important as it is to eat healthy things in moderation. So I'm not doing myself any favors by just putting myself on a diet saying, oh, well, I'm going to eat salads for a whole week, because I don't eat salads on a regular basis. And I'm not going to find it enjoyable just to lose a couple of pounds when I can eat less of the things I usually eat and throw a salad on the side. That might make it a little better. But I just have to be mindful of those things and make sure that I'm using the knowledge that I gained in school and through life, and use them to my advantage, be a healthier person. So next question. Which emotions do I tend to ignore or avoid? Tough question. One feeling that I try to avoid is feeling hurt. Like, I don't want you to know that you just hit below the belt. And so I just put on this front like, things just don't matter. Like, oh, ha ha ha, giggle giggle, a kiki, But it be hurting. But I try to ignore those feelings. Somebody just hurt my feelings, because usually I'll cry. And sometimes you just can't cry in front of people. Like, you just can't let people see you cry sometimes. So I'm avoid it. But when I go behind them doors, them closed doors, I'm gonna be crying again. Because why you had to say that? Anyway, what keeps me awake at night? Feeling like I have to exhaust my creativity keeps me awake at night because I've had this thing since I was young that, at nighttime I get real creative. I can't explain why, but like when I was younger, I would write songs, I would do my deep dive and research at night. I'd finish my homework at night, even in college, turn in assignments at night, 2 o'clock in the morning. Just, I'm a night owl. Like, I be vamping. And if you're old enough to know what vamping is, then you're old. Like, we need to start signing up for Social Security, to be quite honest. But, yeah. I usually just exhaust my creativity at the nighttime. Because during the daytime, I ain't got it. It's all fun and games until the nighttime. Nighttime is when things are running down. You're either late or you're early. There's no on time. And just like right now, I feel like I need to exhaust my creativity. I need to be as creative as possible. And I need to focus on my strength, which is, at nighttime. That's where I'm at. That's my sweet spot. Or at least that's what I thought. I don't know. I do most of my recording during the day now. But when I was living by myself and could be up till whatever time I wanted to, I wrote a book at in the nighttime. I would finish at 4 in the morning. And I was recording songs and podcasts. I was all over the place. But, that's just me. So next question, what seems to be missing from my life right now? It would be, so cliche for me to say a man or a significant other, but I'm not missing that in my life right now. You do not want me, okay? You can do battle by yourself, because I'm gonna do battle by myself until I get it good. Till I'm good, let me do battle by myself. I don't want no one thinking that they can control me, that they have rights to my life when they don't. Because even married, you don't have rights. You don't have ownership rights to me. We're just married, Don't get too crazy. But I'm not missing a significant other in my life. I'm not missing no kind of sexual healing because it don't seem like y'all be getting healed from it. Just being quite honest. I wasn't. So I don't know. I don't know what's missing from my life other than passion and purpose. Which, there's purpose in the passion, but there's no passion, no purpose for the passion. You know how that works. So next questions. What are my strengths and what are my weaknesses? My strengths, I would say that I'm lista. I'm a person that's prepared for a lot of things because I've been through a lot of things and I learned that, it's better to be, if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. And I've had my days and times of having to get ready and being late, wasting people's time. So I'm a prepared person for most things. That's one of my strengths. Weaknesses is I overthink how prepared I need to be for any given situation. So, let's say I'm sitting in a classroom. I'm looking out the windows for the back door, the front door. What would be the easiest way for me to get out? Somebody came in here. And none of that has to do with what was being taught in class. So, yeah, that's one of my weaknesses. I overthink myself out of focus. So, I didn't know that about me until just now. I overthink out of focus. Okay, well, what activities cause me to lose track of time? Playing games, or even as podcasters playing the podcast. I feel like if this podcast, me doing this podcast is my job, this is the easiest part of it, recording, because then afterwards make content out of the recording. I have to make the video. I have to make sure that everybody knows I just released an episode. Even if you're not going to listen to it, you at least need to know that I'm doing something with my life. I'm not just sitting around. I'm talking to myself. That's what I'm doing with my life. And so, that's the easy part, because when I was younger, I didn't talk to myself like you would think I would as an only child. But here I am talking to y'all, but I'm really sitting and talking to myself in hopes that somebody's going to listen. And to get people to listen, I have to market and advertise myself. And that's where the real work comes in. And I just lose track of time avoiding it by any means. So yeah. Or just singing, me in the car, music blasting. I'ma sing every song I can, or just cleaning and singing, things like that. Or I just lose myself in the focus that I'm in. Because usually when I'm cleaning, my focus is to make it look better than what it did before I got there. And if that means I need to, make a mess to clean up a mess, then I'm going to do that. But I can't do that if I'm not in my zone. So when I'm in my cleaning zone, that's what I'm doing. I'm cleaning up. I'm making a mess to clean up a mess. Anyways, next question. What is my most self-defeating habit? My most self-defeating habit, I would say overthinking. And it serves a purpose. But in everyday life, overthinking broods anxiety and stress. Because if I'm overthinking brushing my teeth, you know what I'm not going to do? Brush my teeth. If I'm overthinking taking a shower, guess what I'm not going to do? Take a shower. And so it defeats me every time that I have time to just overthink things. It's okay to just think about a thing, but then you're like, oh, well, I have this, now I have that, now I have this, now I have that, and then this is going against me, and this is not working for me. It gets me every time. I'm the problem. I am my own problem. Sorry, not sorry. And last question for the present is, what do I like most about myself? I love my mind as much as my self-defeating habit of overthinking gets me down, right? My mind, it works so well to what I do in my life that it's just, where does all of this come from? Because I used to ask myself, like, where did that instinct or that knowing come from when I would do stuff when I was younger? Because no one was around to tell me right from. And as I got older, I realized, well, one, God gave me this brain, which came with a mind of its own. And he gave me the abilities and the knowledge to handle this mind. And so when I put my mind to something, I'm going to do something. And it's going to be, fabulous or whatever. But it's just one of those things where I love my mind. I need to strengthen it more. It is shot sometimes. But I feel like it's always been like that. And it's also funny the way I talk and express things. Because when I'm telling a story, people, I'll lose you if I'm not careful with telling a story. But if I'm telling the stories because there's something to the story. And usually when I finish the story, it's like light bulb went off. But it's like, I'm sorry I had to tell you this long story, but my mind couldn't process the short version yet. I have to keep telling the story to get to the short version. But yeah, I love my spirit when I'm in good spirits, and my voice, because whether I'm talking or singing or yodeling, it sounds good, but I don't. That's just in case. Anyways, journal prompts to consider for my future. So what do I think will be my biggest challenge in the next 5 years? In the next 5 years, my biggest challenge, saving space to remember the woman that I am right now and the woman that I was last year and the year before that and the year before that. Because life is going to get better at some point, and it's going to be easy to forget all of the bad moments, all of the tears, all of the pain, heartache, sliding down the wall, crying. It's going to be hard to, it's going to be easy to forget it when things turn around for me. But I also am going to need to go back and pull from that strength that I had then and now. Because in the next 5 years, it's gonna come in handy. All of this strength that I have had. And the strength that is going to be given to me to get through this. So, yeah, it's going to be hard to remember. But I have to remember, feel the feels, cry if I need to. So that I can realize where I am at that point in my life. And pick myself back up by my bra straps or what may happen. You know what I'm saying? Not my bootstraps, but my bra straps. Okay. What is one habit I hope to develop in the future? One habit I hope to develop in the future would be a business mindset. Because I don't know many people with a business mindset, with a successful business. Like, people around me all the time are just starting businesses, but not doing anything with them. And I have my own business, and I'm not doing anything with it. I can make plans all day long, but I have to do something. I have to come up with a product. I have to market that product. I have to produce the product. And with the way my business is set up, Big Legs LLC, I am the product. And so I have to market myself. I have to figure out what my thing is, what my appeal, and go from there. But the more I sit around and try to think the logistics of something that's not even functioning, hasn't even been turned on, it's not serving me. So I hope that I have a business mindset to be able to operate and own a successful business, and then do that and apply that method to several businesses. So yeah. What are my fears about growing older? It was gray hair, but now that I've been made aware that I have a head full of gray hair, like not a head full, but I mean it's gray up through there, from the front to the back, side to side, the middle, in between. It's gray hair everywhere. It's just not fair. But another fear about growing older is not being able to take care of myself. I don't want to live and not be able to take care of myself. I don't. Next question. Write a letter to my future self describing how I will keep them safe and happy. Okay, so future Lex. Okay. Hey girl, it's me again. It's Big Lex, but I mean you're bigger Lex at this point. Anyways, I love you, and I know that you are going to do great things. I know that you're doing great things. I know that you are that girl. Okay, don't forget that you are that girl. Always have been and always forever will be. But I just need you to hold on and sit tight. Remember all of the trials and tribulations of whatever it is. And remember this feeling that I'm feeling right now of not having answers that I need, because I'm pretty sure you're going to have those answers. And I hope that when you do get those answers, you prospered from it. Okay? So remember how you prosper from that, and whatever you're going through. Even if you're not going through anything, you're still going to pick yourself back up and push forward, boo. So, love you. Bye. Okay. Oh, I was supposed to say how I would keep them safe and happy. My bad. I thought it was just a letter to myself. Hey, me, it's me again. Yeah, I'm going to keep you safe and happy by taking care of you. Skin, hair, whatever, what have you. Like, self-care is important. But there's nobody in this world that can keep you happy except for yourself. So whatever it is, you got to get to the rooter and the tutor of it and find joy. Forget happiness, find joy, and then happiness will come. Okay, I finished the question now. Next question. What 3 goals would I like to accomplish in the next 5 years? 3 goals? I want a house, like either an apartment or a house, but preferably, I don't know, it really just depends on what I'm doing, what my lifestyle is like, but I need a home. Okay, so home, making a living with doing this, talking to myself. And then my next goal would be finding love in the next 5 years. Not that I have to find a significant other, but I have to find love within myself to be open to receive a significant other. Because at this point in my life, I'm not open to it. Sorry. But, I mean, give me 5, maybe 10 years. I got you. Anyways, next question. If I have or want children, what do I hope they will learn from me? Great question, because this is what I do this podcast for. So that whenever I have children, they can go back and listen to these episodes and listen to what I had to say about myself, my life. And I hope that they learned that, first of all, their mama was that girl, and that she was a little crazy, sexy, cool, but she thugged it out, for one. I thugged it out until I couldn't thug it out no more, until I just had to be in harmony. But no, for real. I want my children to learn from me that if there's anything that they want to accomplish, they should do that. Don't let anybody steer you away from it. Don't let nobody tell you, well, maybe you should do this, or maybe you should do that, or how about this, how about that. Do what you want to do. If it don't work out for you, then cool. But people telling you what they think you should do doesn't serve you. It serves them. Because once you do what they want you to do, then they think that they have, a pull or a say in the things that you do. Like, whether they want to admit it or not, that's how that works. So, do what you want to do. If you don't want to do something, don't do it. But do what makes you happy, what's safe, and what's for the good of others. If you really want to do it, make sure you do it for everybody, not just for yourself. Don't, if you want to be a basketball player, don't just be a basketball player so you can make a lot of money and get a lot of girlfriends and do this and do that. No, be a basketball player so you can be an example. You can set an example for the future basketball players that are coming after you. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't just be out here doing stuff just for your own gain. Because me, I want to sing so that way I can be an influence on the women and the young women and the young ladies and the girls and the girlies that, you know, we just gotta find our thing. Like, that's really what's wrong with you. You don't know what your thing is, and it's eating you up inside. Maybe not, but you know, I just want to encourage people to find their thing, find their joy, find what makes them joyful, what brings them joy, what they're meant to do on this earth, and then do that. So with that, I'm finna stop answering all these questions because I feel like I've taken up a lot of y'all's time. So, you know, love, peace, and chicken grease. And if I haven't said it in a while, I hope you're listening today. But please don't go. Well, if you're having a bad day, you know, keep that to yourself. Or, I mean, vent with a friend, a safe friend, your therapist, your mama, your daddy, somebody. Tell them about your day. But whatever you do, don't go fucking up theirs. Okay? Because we got to learn how to vent without putting our problems on people. It's okay to say, oh, I'm going through some things and list those things, but not making people feel like they have to pick up your pieces. No, I just need to talk this shit out. Okay, so don't go putting your problems on other people. Don't go handing your doo-doo off to other people. Flush your own doo-doo. Okay, so yeah, don't go fucking on nobody's day. Y'all be blessed and safe out here in these streets. And nos vemos. Bye.